Hey guys, Sean here. I know it's been about 5 months since I did my last video on Transformers: Rise of the Beast, but that's mainly because there hasn't really been a movie I wanted to talk about for a while. Plus, I've been busy with well normal stuff because like I said in one of my earlier videos, I'm now living with my sister and her family, so I kind of have a 3-year-old nephew to deal with, and it's kind of hard to record sometimes when he's running around going crazy. I don't think crazy is the right word though. When he's excited, let's put it that way. So, but today I'm going to talk about Captain America: Brave New World because I watched it. I think it was like last week. Because I watched um, Falcon and Winter Soldier before it, just in case there was anything in that movie that I needed to know from the show. And maybe outside of a couple characters, there didn't seem to be anything I missed. Um, but let's see. So this movie picks up after that show. Like I think they say like a few years after the show. And so Sam is now Captain America, given Steve left him the shield at the end of Endgame. And so the show basically dealt with Sam feeling like he wasn't worthy of the shield, so he gave it up. And then this guy named John Walker got it, and he apparently was a very bad man and killed somebody. And so honestly, was discharged, gave up the shield. Sam took it back, and now Sam's Captain America again. With I think the character's name is Joaquin Torres, who's now taking up the Falcon mantle. So this movie though picks up years after that. I think is what they say. It was Sam still Captain America dealing with the whole am I even worthy of this? And General Thaddeus Ross, now played by Harrison Ford because William Hurt passed away back in 2022. So they got Ford playing the role. And I'm not going to lie, Ford does a pretty good job. This movie went through several reshoots from what I've heard. At least 4 rounds of reshoots from what I've read. And you can tell in certain spots, especially if you've followed the news like I have. Like, for example, I think I'm mispronouncing the actor's name is Giancarlo Esposito, I think his name. He plays Sidewinder, and he was added in during the reshoots. So anytime he's on screen or they reference him, it's clearly a reshoot. Same with any scene involving Tim Blake Nelson returning as Samuel Stearns, because I've read Marvel changed his look in the reshoots. So any scene that deals with Kim was an obvious reshoot because Tim Blake Nelson even said that it felt like he shot this movie twice because Marvel changed his appearance. And they've released photos of what he originally looked like, which was much closer to the comic with the giant head. But for some reason they went with more of a grotesque, deformed, brain exposed look for the final version of the movie. And yeah, Stearns is basically the main antagonist of the movie because basically the plot of this is that years after the Incredible Hulk, yes, that movie's finally made relevant again. So Ross, being Ross, not willing to take responsibility for his own actions, because even Betty tells him in Incredible Hulk that Ross made Banner a fugitive to cover up his own career, to save his career and cover his own failures. And Ross is still doing that because he put the blame on Harlem on Stearns, even though Ross was the one who gave Blonsky Cap's super soldier serum, which made him into Abomination. But this is Ross we're talking about. You can change the actor, but you can't change the character. But yeah, so basically this movie feels like, okay, so some people have said Civil War, that Captain America Civil War felt more like an Avengers movie rather than a Captain America movie, despite keeping Steve at the forefront. This kind of does the same. Whether it keeps Sam at the forefront or not, this movie feels more like an Incredible Hulk sequel, because a lot of the plots in this movie are essentially fallout from that film. Like the whole Ross blaming Stearns for Harlem, Stearns wanting revenge on Ross. Like, it feels more like an Incredible Hulk sequel than it does a Captain America movie, even though Sam is Captain America in this movie. But I will say this: I liked a lot of the actors in this movie. Again, I liked Ford as Ross, but he has said he's not probably doing the role again because of his age, which I get it. He's like 82 now, so I get it. Which means they'll have to recast the character if they want to bring him back. So basically what it is so after the events of Incredible Hulk, Stearns is basically out for revenge on Ross because Ross made a deal with him and reneged on it. Basically the deal was, from what I can gather in the movie, was so Ross made a deal with Stearns saying, hey, if you help me become president, I will give you a pardon for your crimes. So Stearns did that, helped him get to be president. Only problem is, once Ross got to be president, he reneged on the deal and then sent Stearns back to prison. So now Stearns, out of prison, wants revenge on Ross. Fair enough, because Ross screwed him over. Again, this is Ross we're talking about. You can change the actor, but not the character. So yeah, basically he wants to expose Ross for the asshole he truly is, even though Ross claims to have changed. There's he even has a phone call with Betty, played again by Liv Tyler, which is why, again, I say they finally made Incredible Hulk relevant again. I mean, they kind of did that with Civil War by bringing William Hurt back, but it's not the point. But yeah, he has a phone call with Betty saying, yeah, I've changed. Trying to say, yeah, I've changed, but we know better. And yeah, Liv Tyler's only in like one scene, and then she has a vocal cameo. Because I've read online that there were photos and stuff like at a funeral or something. So I'm guessing like the original ending was Ross was going to die. I don't know. I could be wrong. But again, in the reshoots, a lot of things got changed. So now she's only in the final film, one scene, and then a phone call. Which, like, wow, you finally bring Liv Tyler back after 17 years, and this is all you give her. Wow. So it is what it is. But honestly, in all honesty, I actually enjoyed this movie. I really did. I even enjoyed Falcon and Winter Soldier. Excuse me. So okay. So a lot of the actors in this movie they did the best they could with what they had, because again, this movie went through 4 rounds of reshoots. And so here's something I think is funny that my friend Josh Baker never caught on. So the song in the movie that Stearns used to brainwash the people who tried to attack Ross was the song Mr. Blue. Yeah, I forget who sings the song, but my friend Josh Baker, who saw the movie before I did, because I saw it on Disney Plus, he saw it in theaters, didn't make the connection that in The Incredible Hulk, Stearns' code name between him and Banner was Mr. Blue. So my friend never made the connection. I did, which was funny. Like, I'm not trying to gloat. I just find it funny that I made the connection. He didn't. And yeah. And also, I like how a lot of people said that this was the MCU's first mention of adamantium, even though that's not the case. It was first mentioned in Deadpool and Wolverine, which, last I checked, was an MCU movie. Because Wade even mentions that his katanas that the TVA gave him were made of adamantium. So maybe I missed something, though, but I don't know. I could have missed something. But in all fairness, this movie is also this movie's about an hour and 59 minutes, I think, or 58 minutes, somewhere there. It's less than 2 hours. It's the shortest Captain America movie. And I think it came out Valentine's Day of this year. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I enjoyed this movie. Are the reshoots obvious? I mean, they're not Fan4stick obvious. They're not Justice League obvious. No, they're not that obvious. But if you follow the news, you can kind of pick up which ones are the reshoots. But yeah, all in all, I had a fun time. I cannot wait till I can see Thunderbolts. Although from what I've read, what I've read, there's one thing that already pisses me off about it. I mean, the movie's been out for a few weeks now. So they kill off Taskmaster, and I'm pretty pissed because what was the point of bringing Olga Kurylenko back if you're literally just going to kill her within 5 minutes? I don't know. It's the same problem I had with James Gunn's Suicide Squad. What was the point of having Jack Courtney brought back if you're just going to kill him? Like, I don't know. Though from what I've read, Taskmaster, I believe, was supposed to have a bigger story in the movie, but for whatever reason, they're like, no, just kill her off. It's like, well, fuck you. So, like, yeah, all the work that Nat did to undo the brainwashing and allow her to have a normal life again was all for nothing. Good job, Marvel, you fucking idiots. But yeah, that's Thunderbolts. I'll see that eventually. But as far as Brave New World, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fun. I do think it's funny, though, the original title of the movie was Captain America New World Order, and that was the name of the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's actually what makes that funny. I wonder if that's why they changed the movie's title. I don't know, it could have been. But it's just funny to make that connection, though. So yeah, I'm going to be out. I'll head out. I'll see you guys next time.